Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Dragon, and we're back with another chapter of Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest, chapter 175, The Essence of Wicked Prayers. I hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas. This chapter is literally coming out over the Christmas holiday. So let's get straight into the cover page for this chapter, which is kind of going along with the Horatio and Seis theme from last chapter. This cover has Midnight and Cobra sharing a drink together, which I would almost like to think that this is like the Blue Pegasus Lounge. Also, another detail that I kind of love is that Cobra's shirt literally has a snake print on it. I kind of wish that this cover would have been Christmas themed because it's literally coming out during Christmas, especially since this is the last chapter of the year. So we pick up the chapter with Racer's fight, and honestly, he is taking some damage. His clothes are quite ripped up, and he is getting surrounded by this black sky magic, which very cool. Obviously, we kind of have characters that have stuff very similar to this with like Shelia, but this black sky magic is completely surrounding Racer to where he gets struck from the back, which dang, that had some force behind it, which is where you cut over to Angel and her fight, which I kind of love the matchup that's happening here, which I didn't even think about it until now, to where she always proclaimed herself as an angel, which the person that she's fighting claims herself as a demon and even has the little demon tail and horns. They both seem kind of excited that it's an angel versus a demon, and they both do some attacks towards one another, which I'm blanking on Angel's opponent's name, but she does almost a card magic attack with 6 Shields Acid Rule, which completely destroys Angel's magic, which that acid does a lot more than just destroy Angel's magic. It goes on to hit Angel herself, which, oh my goodness, that completely destroyed her outfit, which, I mean, there wasn't much there to begin with, but dang, that was quite the damage frame for her, because she is completely soaked in acid, which is where you cut over to Cobra and his fight, which his opponent, he's unable to hear, but his magic is black slashing magic, which his attacks are apparently soundless, and he's unable to read them. So attack comes Cobra's way, and he's able to dodge it, and he follows it up with a Poison Dragon Scale Fang, which I do kind of love Cobra powering it up with kind of the X-crossed hands, which doesn't seem to do much because he just cuts all of his poison away, which that's got to take some skill to just cut poison. And his magic is definitely interesting because obviously, like, when he's using it, it's got like this black kind of cosmos around him, but when he put the blade away, and he's saying, "My black blade cuts down my enemies without making a sound." And Cobra's just like, "What the heck are you talking about, my guy?" And he is immediately cut up in that moment. He's mega bleeding out, and it just has Cobra confused, like, when the heck did you do that? And he's just like, "Well, you rely way too much on hearing, my guy." Which is where you cut over to Midnight versus Zero, which Midnight isn't in the greatest of spots, kind of on the floor already, kind of seeming winded. And Zero isn't very impressed because he's like, "That's all you can do? You were bragging so much about how strong you were and how you're going to defeat me, and you haven't done anything yet." Which I kind of figured he obviously became stronger because, for one, it's been quite a bit of time, and also Zero seems to be amplified by black magic. I kind of find this hilarious that Midnight does an attack called Spiral Pain, which is probably going to inflict a lot of pain on the victim, and Zero's just like, "That does not work on me. I don't even feel any of that." And you get him breaking out kind of a classic, aka Dark Rondo. You get those kind of green skull flames back again, which just has Zero completely mock Midnight, like, "You were a former Horatio and Seis member. You gotta do better." And Zero's just completely ready to send him to the Shadow Realm, saying, "Shatter to bits. I'm gonna destroy every last bit of you." And just when you think all hope is lost for Midnight, that's when Natsu comes in and kicks Zero straight in the face, which I really do like the frame of Natsu coming in and kicking him in the face. That's a cool looking frame. The final page of this chapter has Natsu joining this fight, and he's going to be fighting Zero once again. With Natsu saying that he was on his way to go fight Ignia, but seeing Alderaan and them fighting, he decided to stop and add a helping hand, which Zero is probably having the freaking time of his life, because he's probably been so damn resentful to Natsu that he was defeated by him so long ago, and now that he's buffed up a little bit, and he's probably like, dude, I get that chance to kill this guy again. Which I feel like he probably is going to be pretty vengeful towards Natsu, since he's got quite the year's worth built up against him. Which I would not be shocked if Natsu just freaking easily defeats Zero and kind of becomes like a Blue Note Stinger moment, to where he had struggled against him so much before, but he just easily defeats him now. With that is the end of this chapter, so my thoughts. The Seis are losing pretty darn badly. I don't really see how most of them could potentially win their fights when they're pretty lopsided against them without some major power boost of some kind. I mean, they do have a major power boost in the sense of they have Natsu now, which I don't really see Natsu having any problem defeating Zero, since he literally has done it before. Now, if Natsu solos Zero and the rest of this new demon Seis, oh my freaking goodness, that's gonna be a lot. Now, I do like that you actually have some of the Seis taking some pretty massive damage. Like, you haven't had some kind of big damage frames in a while, and that's why I'm kind of leaning on, I don't know how they're gonna freaking win this fight. But overall, I think it's kind of a pretty short chapter. Honestly, it results in most of the Seis kind of losing. I do really like Natsu's entrance. That is super cool, and I kind of do love the idea of a rematch with him and Zero. But otherwise, what are your guys' thoughts? Leave in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.